You analyze the chart carefully. Indicators align, structure appears orderly, and the setup looks convincing. Everything suggests that the market should move in a particular direction. You wait for confirmation, wanting certainty before committing capital. Then price moves in a way you did not anticipate. Confidence fades almost immediately. You hesitate, adjust your expectations, or interfere with the trade. The tension you feel is not caused by the market alone, but by the pressure of needing your forecast to be correct. This is the hidden cost of prediction-based trading. Most developing traders believe success comes from accurately forecasting what will happen next. They search endlessly for tools that promise reliability, systems that appear precise, and methods that claim to reduce uncertainty. But financial markets are influenced by countless interacting forces. Economic data releases, institutional positioning, geopolitical events, algorithmic activity, liquidity conditions, and human behavior, many of which cannot be measured or predicted in real time. Consider a familiar scenario. A trader spends hours analyzing before entering a position. The decision carries emotional weight because it is tied to a specific expectation. Price should rise or fall or reach a defined level within a defined time frame. If price moves as expected, confidence rises quickly. The trader feels validated, even relieved. The analysis appears correct, the decision justified. But if price hesitates, consolidates, or moves slightly in the opposite direction, doubt appears almost instantly. Every fluctuation becomes evidence that the prediction might be wrong. At this point, the trader is no longer simply managing risk. They are defending a belief about the future. This defensive mindset alters perception. Neutral movements feel threatening. Ordinary volatility feels personal. The trade becomes emotionally charged. Because it represents more than financial exposure, it represents correctness, competence, and control. When confirmation does not arrive quickly, anxiety builds. The urge to intervene intensifies. Stops may be tightened impulsively to avoid being wrong. Profits may be taken too early to secure validation. Positions may even be reversed in an attempt to regain control over uncertainty. These actions rarely originate from strategy. They originate from discomfort. Over time, prediction-focused trading creates a fragile emotional cycle. Confidence becomes dependent on being right. When predictions succeed, confidence spikes. When they fail, confidence collapses. This instability leads to inconsistent behavior, even when technical knowledge is sufficient. Many mistakenly interpret this as a lack of discipline or intelligence. In reality, it is a natural psychological response to uncertainty combined with financial risk. Professional traders approach the market from a fundamentally different perspective. They do not assume they know what will happen next. Instead, they prepare structured responses for multiple possible outcomes before entering any trade. If price moves in their favor, they follow a predefined management plan. If price moves against them, they follow another plan. If volatility expands, they adapt according to rules. If liquidity disappears, they adjust exposure. Every scenario has a response. Their focus is not prediction, it is execution. This shift dramatically reduces emotional pressure. When uncertainty is expected rather than resisted, unexpected movement does not feel like failure. It is simply one of the scenarios already considered. Execution-based trading emphasizes consistency over correctness. A single trade does not determine success. What matters is applying a repeatable process across many trades, allowing probabilities to unfold over time. Imagine two traders facing identical market conditions. One is trying to prove a forecast correct. The other is simply executing a structured plan. The first trader experiences stress because uncertainty threatens their belief. The second trader remains calm because uncertainty was anticipated from the beginning. Calm traders understand that profitability does not come from being right every time. It comes from managing risk effectively and allowing statistical advantage to operate across a large sample. Another important benefit of execution-focused trading is faster emotional recovery. When a prediction fails, traders often dwell on the mistake. They replay the trade repeatedly, searching for flaws in their analysis or questioning their competence. This rumination can erode confidence. Execution-focused traders evaluate only whether they followed their rules. If the plan was executed correctly, the trade is considered successful regardless of the financial outcome. This perspective protects psychological stability and prevents emotional spirals. Over time, this approach builds resilience. Wins and losses become information rather than personal judgments. Performance is evaluated across sequences, not isolated events. Calmness in trading is not a personality trait reserved for a few individuals. It is the result of removing unnecessary decision-making under pressure. By defining actions in advance, you reduce the need to improvise when emotions are strongest. Instead of asking, "What should I do right now?" you already know the answer, because it was determined before risk was involved. The key question shifts from predicting the future to managing possibilities. Traders who rely heavily on prediction often experience cycles of confidence followed by frustration. When predictions work, confidence becomes inflated. When they fail, doubt becomes overwhelming. This instability makes consistent performance extremely difficult. Traders who rely on execution experience gradual, steady improvement. Their confidence is grounded in process rather than outcomes. Because the process is repeatable, performance becomes more stable over time. The market will always contain randomness. No indicator, model, or analytical framework can eliminate that completely. But disciplined execution can prevent randomness from turning into emotional chaos. If you want to trade with greater calm, the goal is not to predict better, it is to execute more consistently. This requires accepting a difficult truth. You will never control the market, but you can control your behavior. You can control position sizing, entry criteria, exit rules, risk exposure, and emotional responses. The moment you shift from forecasting outcomes to following processes, trading begins to feel different. Stress decreases because you are no longer trying to force certainty out of an uncertain environment. Clarity increases because your role becomes defined. Execute the plan, manage risk, observe outcomes. Adjust only when evidence across many trades supports change. Calm traders do not succeed because they foresee every move. They succeed because they remain stable while uncertainty unfolds around them. In the long run, the trader who executes a sound method consistently will outperform. The trader who occasionally predicts perfectly but behaves inconsistently. Precision without consistency cannot produce stability. If you recognize yourself in the struggle to predict the market, understand that this is not a failure of intelligence or effort. It is simply the natural human response to uncertainty. Combined with financial exposure, professional trading is not about knowing what will happen. It is about being prepared for what could happen. And paradoxically, the moment you stop trying to predict the market, you become far more capable of operating within it. Your attention shifts from controlling outcomes to controlling actions. This is where true discipline develops. Execution transforms trading from a guessing game into a structured process. It replaces emotional reactions with predefined responses. It converts uncertainty from a threat into a manageable condition. If this perspective helped you better understand why calm traders prioritize execution over prediction, consider subscribing to Mindful Trader Lab for more structured guidance on trading psychology, discipline, and professional mindset development. You can also support the channel by liking this video and sharing it with other traders who are working to build consistency and emotional control in the markets. Your support allows this educational content to reach more individuals who are serious about improving not only their strategies, but the way they think, decide, and perform under pressure. Thank you for watching and for investing your time in becoming a more disciplined and self-aware trader. I'll see you in the next session of the Mindful Trader Lab. Stay calm and execute.